Will you check the internet and make sure it's all working? There we go. Hello and happy Monday. We are sorry for the delay. We went on for a few minutes and we were out. Looks like the internet service had to be reset on our end. Anyway, thank you for that. Bear with us just a moment. Adjust our cameras there. Today we have with us Mr. Rocky McLeod from Louisiana, from Baton Rouge. And he's going to bless us with some conversation that we already were having for a while. Anyway, as always, I wanted to say, hey, thanks to Stigler Printing for the business cards. These are fantastic. Thank you for the banner. This is good stuff. These guys also did all the printing for Selby Minner at the Oklahoma Dust Till Dawn Blues Festival posters and for the postcards that you can find everywhere, hopefully at every gas station laying about. Go check out Stigler Printing. I'm giving them some free advertising. They hooked it up. They did a great job. Check it out. Anyway, today with us we have Mr. Rocky McLeod.
Well, while we're on the subject of what nice things people do for you, you're getting a lot of class up in here. I would suggest that anybody out there that would like to be part of this program that does it helps out musicians and gets the word out who's who, and get people working in the clubs, let musicians make money. I'm sure you're all about that too. And but if you out there and want to do a little, would that help you? Somebody want to advertise and donate to the cause to get this thing going and bleeding better?
Oh,
you out there got a business,
fantastic.
Maybe he can hook you up. Be part of this thing. This man going places. He's good people, y'all. He put you out there.
Not college, but I'm going places,
hey,
and
right.
Thankfully not prison.
Well, hey, I'm too old and too pretty to go to jail.
That's it. I like my long hair.
Yeah. That's what happened to me first time. They were whistling. I said, oh, no. We're not going to talk about that. That time I got pulled over, the officer said, "You've ever been in trouble law?" I said, "Well, yes, sir." He said, "Well, how long has it been since you've been in trouble law?" I said, "About 30 years. Unless you count that little thing and live in some parish." Well, you'd have to be from around that part of Louisiana to know what that means. But anyway, if we think of somebody, I haven't took the opportunity in all these years, and I've left somebody important in my life that, if we're going to talk about music and how music came into my life, I mean, I have a wonderful story to tell, and when I tell it, I say it with so much gratitude and love for the people in my life that got me started with the music thing. Where I come from, there's y'all got your red dirt music here, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, in Louisiana, we got Cajun music, we got
Zydeco.
Zydeco music, and then we have what they call swamp pop music.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now, one of the great swamp pop artists from Louisiana is Van Broussard. And you just local, he's the man. And he's had some records out and hits and stuff. Well, I was about 10 years old, and he had a studio in his brick house. And we lived out there in the woods, the country. His mama lived and daddy lived in an old cypress shack. You could see daylight through it. And I used to spend the night with his other brothers in that little thing. In the winter time when we had the stove was old wood stuff. The old lady were old school. They don't want to live in the big house their son built. So, but anyway, me and his little brothers would go in that studio, and I'm sitting there beating on a Bennett Stratocaster, both probably worth $10,000, $20,000 maybe today. 10 years old, and we go in there all the time. Me and his little brothers. I didn't know how to play nothing. I just loved beating on the guitar. That Stratocaster was so sexy,
Yeah.
So one day I've been there beating on it, and he comes in there. That Van Broussard. Now his sister had done something nobody had ever done. Back in 1962, she did a song called Dale and Grace. And they did a song called I'm Leaving It Up to You. You decide what you're going to do. And it was #1 hit. Only record at that time in history to ever be #1 on the Billboard charts for 6 weeks in a row, beating out Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra. She smoked them all.
Oh, wow.
And, but that's the family that involved me in music.
Oh, wow.
I'm sitting there at 10 years old in his studio beating on this Strat. And he comes in there and he's done had enough of that racket. He comes in there and says, "I can't stand the racket." So I sat down on the stand and started running. He said, "Come back here, boy." And he's a big man and authoritative kind of guy. And plus, he's my idol because he plays music. And he said, come back here. And I turn around. He said, sit down in that chair right there, boy. And I sit down. And he reaches over there and grabs me a guitar. He says, here. He puts it in my hand. And he reaches over and he grabs him one. And every time I tell the story, man, I get teared up, man. And this kid, me, he said, now you pay attention. He said, put your fingers right. And he showed me how to make all the chords, The House of the Rising Sun. He taught me that. And naturally, he had to teach me one of his songs, Winter Winds. And it was a real popular song
Oh,
at
yeah.
home.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that was the beginning of my music. And band, good Lord done took him home. And when he passed away, I told that story. Because a lot of people don't know that about me, you know, who did that for me. And I told the story, but I didn't say me at the beginning. I said there was this kid. And I tell the story, you know, and I said that kid was me. It touches my heart every time I think about it. Because of my life, if it wouldn't be for music and humor in my life, I wouldn't have made it, brother. I'm one of them guys that some people gotta, I mean,
Music.
do this or drink or when I get down, and I'm having a hard time. I pick up the guitar. Well, I don't sound any good enough, but when I start playing them blues, the more I get, the better I feel, the more I get to playing. Next thing you know, I'm good. I'm ready to tackle it again or whatever it may be. But
That's one of my things for. I have debilitating anxiety sometimes. I'm trying to figure out ways to work with that, and to the point where sometimes it's almost crippling. You know, my head's messed up somewhere. You know, got a loose screw. But if I can be having just a complete panic attack and thinking I'm about to die. Pick up a guitar, start playing some music. It puts me somewhere else.
calms the beast.
And it calms me down, calms my heart down, it calms my head down. You know, it does. Music does something, and to me, the universe is a vibration.
Well, let it be known, and I'll tell you this, and I've said this recently publicly on, Facebook and everything. In this world, I don't care what you think, what you believe in. Now, I'm a God-fearing man. So I'll say this
Amen.
With all my heart and all my being, what I believe. There's only two real magic that you can call magic in this world, and that's love, and that's music, because music is magic. Music, it's a time traveler. It take you on back in time. You know, make you remember a time. You hear certain song, and you'll be there. You might have been in a restaurant with your date for the first time. You're gonna smell the food that you smell. They're gonna take you back to that place and remember, and you're gonna feel good about it. Or you might feel bad about it, but it's a time machine. Not only that, it heals. I'm doing a show right there where I'm from in Louisiana, out there on the river, y'all. Back home, you know, this guy I knew it. He lost family members, lost his wife and a child. The man was grieving, and he was really hurt. But he could come up to the club, and we're setting up doing sound check, and I see him sitting over there at the table, and I know his pain, and I know what he's going through. Well, we do sound check, and we kick off the first song, and I kick off a little blues thing. I'm in a me riding, there's a boogie little thing going. Well, a young lady that I knew the man too, and I knew her. She approaches him at the table. He's sitting over there stage left, you know, all by himself at the table, kind of in the dark. And she goes over there and she tries to get him up to dance. Well, naturally, he's grieving. He don't want to get up and dance, but she won't leave him alone. She keeps insisting. Finally, before we got to the chorus, she just reached out there and grabbed that man by the arm and snatched him up out that chair and slung him out in the middle of that dance floor. She started dancing around him, but the guy couldn't stand no more, so he just kind of bebopped a little bit. And I was watching, and I'm watching. You know, when I started out playing music when I was young, man, it's about rock and roll, girls, and cool stuff. But then that particular day, this ain't been but about maybe 10 years ago, and I'm watching what's going on. I'm paying attention. And I see this man knowing his pain and what he's dealing with. He's just, the next thing you know, he's free. All that left him. All that sadness and all the sorrow and all that grief left him. And he was out there dancing and throwing his hands. But you know, when I say magic, it's strong medicine, man, because this man had all that grief inside his heart and grief and loss. But just for that moment, if it wasn't, but just while that song was playing, it took all that away. And that man was out there without a care in the world, dancing. He had the biggest smile on his face. And I said to myself, man, how blessed am I? How blessed am I to be able to do this and see something like this.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
just truly magic, brother. I don't care. I used to like
Hey,
sometimes. I wake up sometimes. Recently, I mean, music is getting more and more about who I feel I am. It just does something to wake up in the morning, had a song in my head. Well, I had a thought in my head, like a chord, but I had a song in my heart. And I grabbed my guitar and there it was. How great is that to be able to get up and do
Oh,
that?
yeah, absolutely. That's one thing about music. You watch a movie, and watch a movie without music, and you're not gonna feel the emotion. But if you watch a movie with the music, if they do a good job, if they're a good magician and musician, they can make you cry. You know, with the sound of a note. But to me, also David Gilmour can do that too. He can tell a story with a bend of one note. He just grabs it by the, being a master of your craft, or whether even if you're just a good listener,
Yeah.
music is a healing thing. It's a healing feeling. Mr. Craig Morgan from down at the Blues Club, he comes in there and he told me that about the Blues Club. And he said, it's a healing feeling. You come in there and we sing the blues so we don't get the blues.
Well, I thank God for the blues, man. It's just something good, feel good thing. And like you say, by the way, before I forget, I told you how I got started. But my first gig I ever got in the 7th grade. Teddy Willard, if you listening, I was in the 7th grade. Talent contest at the little junior high school.
Yeah.
Big campus. I think like 2,000 people there, kids and stuff. Big auditorium, big stage with the curtains. Well, it was talent contest time. And I think it was 1967. Well, when Santana come out with Black Magic Woman and Born on the Bayou, because that's the songs we did.
It's one of my favorite songs to play on the bass.
Teddy Willard comes to my house, approaches me. I think the only reason he approached me because I think I was the only one that had an electric guitar and an amplifier. And I knew how to play them couple songs band taught me, but that's the extent of it at this particular time. And so he approaches me and says, hey man, you want to be in the talent show contest? You got a drummer? And I said, yeah man, I was all for it. Like I said, you got to strum two songs maybe. He come over my house for like 3-4 weeks every day. And we practiced and he'd show me how to play that hard chord, for C7 major or something, for, on the bayou. And Black Magic Woman, that was pretty easy, just a rope, And I'll never forget it. We were up on that stage, and a big stage, there's several thousand people out there, and artists in the auditorium.
Nice.
And so I'm always, whenever I'm nervous, when I get nervous on stage, I usually wear a Stetson hat. And I look down at my foot. I don't look out there at the crowd, And people think I'm trying to be cool, but I'm just, I don't want to look because I'm scared to look. But anyway, I was looking down there at my foot and I'm tapping, the intro. And then I was doing real good, man. I was nailing it, at least I thought I was, but no problem. He wasn't over there giving me a hard time. Now, he was a good guitar player at that age himself, but then all of a sudden, had to come through that dun, and I looked up. I see all the people out there. I just went, the boy Teddy come run across the bam, boy. And for what it was and who we was, how young. Hey, we did good, man. We was rocked, But,
Oh, yeah.
But we got beat out, come in second place. The little girl come out there with a baton and a little tutu, and she smoked us, man. Baton twirl smoked us, man. Come in second.
That's
thank you,
all
Teddy.
right, though. I give big props to anybody that gets out there on stage, because that's one of the most fearful things for me. I have really bad stage fright still. I get up in the same way. I wear a hat, and I look down at my guitar so I don't have to look up, because I'm going to see somebody staring at me, and I'm like, oh God. I panic, But last year I played at the Dust Till Dawn Blues Festival. It was my first year playing it, and I used to play bass in some classic rock bands and one metal band. Played guitar in a kind of a red dirt vaudeville style type band in Colorado for a couple of months. But my longest stretch was probably 8 years in a classic rock band, and we played all the.
So don't you get wore out and you do gigs 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week? I mean, every night, loading up the trailer, get ready, packing, sound check every night, and then packing everything up, and then dealing with the club on. Like some club on, you don't have a problem. Been my experience, especially on door cover, when you make that deal. Yeah, man, it's $100. Like, whoa, only 20 people coming here. Hey, look, man, there's 50 in here right now. and it was even worse. If you got a wife or a girlfriend or something like that, what you been doing on that? You rolled up in here at 4 o'clock in the morning. What you been doing? Baby, I just got through the club. Had to roll up, pack up, load up, drive home. Had to argue with the man in the club, get my money, trying to,
Right.
I mean, and ladies, if you got a man out there that plays music, if he comes home 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, his gig 50 miles down the road, hey, he can't get nothing but do a gig, and he's on his way, man. You got to love him and back him,
We're
if you don't trust him, go with him.
we're the breed of people that will load $5,000 worth of gear up into a $500 car and drive 50 miles for $20.
Hey, my car's on the side of the road right now. Didn't make it here.
I mean, that's a blues song waiting to happen.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you what. A lot of them be wrong.
What's your favorite style of guitar?
I think-
You got a,
Well, my
nice
favorite,
Gibson
well,
gear?
what I play and really feel comfortable with is a Fender Stratocaster, man.
Yeah.
And I just recently, I've had Gibson. I had a Gibson SG, but I didn't know much about it at the time. I bought a Gibson SG Special because I thought that was the good one. When it was the standard, I should have got. So, and then I had a Gibson SG Marauder back. I bought it in
Oh, wow.
1978. And that was the same guitar that Kiss used to use on stage when they blow them up and crash them on the stage. And they're nice guitars today. I wish I had the one I had back then. But and I never owned a Gibson Les Paul. And so I go up there to the little casino one day. Well, I was actually supposed to go buy groceries, to Walmart. And I was my cousin and I were living together. In my car, wasn't running right. It just broke down or something. I said, Billy, here's my cousin named Billy. I said, Billy, take me to Walmart in the truck. I don't want to drive. Just bounce all the roads, and stuff. Now, here you go. I said, man, I don't feel good. Take me. Well, he won't go. So I got to go to Walmart and get groceries. So getting ready to get in his truck. I look, make sure I got everything I need. And I found $20 in my wallet that I didn't know I had. And, sometimes your mind actually plays tricks on me because that $20 said, man, take me to the casino. That's why you ain't found me. That's why I got to go. Take me there. So I pass up Walmart and go to the casino. Walked in there, put that $20 in this machine with these little devils and a wheel on it. About 3 or 4 minutes later, I got about $33, and all of a sudden I did push and something goes off. What you do? I won almost $1,900. It was still $3,300. I mean, $33 on the still for play. And so, Billy Ray, if you ever see this, you should have took me. So I get my phone out and do the video chat, and I'm facing away from the machine. I said, Billy, man, you should give me a ride. He said, you ain't at Walmart? I said, no, I ain't. He says, well, you at the casino? I said, yeah. Like that. And I said, Billy, he said, you should have brought me. He said, why? I said, because, when we go together, we usually split. We hit, right? Yeah. Well, you didn't bring me. And I turned that phone around where he could see, going all crazy. He said, well, so you missed out on that deal. I said, but don't worry, man, I'm going to hook you up. I said, that peanut butter, you like the big jar with the honey? I said, we'll get you one of those. Don't worry about it. And so I had seen this guitar, that Les Paul. It is a 2015 commemorating Les Paul's 100th birthday. And it's it's a Les Paul Deluxe. It's got the small pickups, the baby humbuckers on it, but with the new technology. And it weighs as heavy as a bus. It's all mahogany.
Oh, yeah, probably like
it's,
10, 15
But
pounds.
the thing about it is, I always wanted to get my hands on one. I always wanted on one. But when I got that money, I went down there the next day to Fort Smith. Oh, no, McAllister, because I seen it in the pawn shop. But the first year I got here, they'd been sitting there for over 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And I walked in there, and I told that man when I walked in, I said, I'm going to walk out here with a guitar, and we're going to make a deal, and everybody's going to be happy. He wanted like $2,500. I got it for 18. But anyway, I'm so happy he got the robot tuners, man.
Oh,
You can
nice.
program 36 different tuners just at a push of a button. Little keys going, it's so cool and stuff. I get it home. I'm so excited. I'm ready to rock and roll, Guess what? It won't stay tuned.
Oh.
It won't. my big E string. Wah. You know, I tried to reset it and found out I had it for 3 months, and it just sat there because
Oh,
I brought it when I come over here. I brought it and it wouldn't
That's
say
right.
anything. And so finally I just give up, snatched it off, and went down there and bought me some mechanical machine heads. Now it'll stay in tune. But
that's
you know,
it.
it's like I said earlier when we was talking with my wife about my motorcycle and the door falling on $3,000 paint job suit up and put everything on my bike. Can't have nothing nice. So if it's been on them, I can't, go play. Oh, I said, but fine. Now the guitar that right here, I bought at the pawn shop in Stigler, and this is I bought this for like a couple $100, man. And it's a Greg Bennett Sammy guitar, and I've never seen one. And it was such a pretty guitar, and I bought it. And this was my go-to guitar before I got
Yeah.
that one. And yeah, I had a little
It's got
damage
that
there.
same
but
kind of. I like that hollow body.
Oh, it's sweet little guitar. I mean, it just plays so good. And
You stay in tune pretty good with that neck being all.
yeah, well, that's just a repair. I'm not really found out I hadn't filled it yet. But see, this is not like real wood. This amazed me because I had to open the crack to get the glue and everything to set it. And when I
Is it like a
cracked it open, when I opened it up, the crack, and I started putting the glue, the wood got wet, but it wasn't wood. It was like fiber.
Oh wow, like fiberglass.
Yeah, and it just fell and started falling out when the glue got to it.
Wow.
I mean, but it's solid. It's not going nowhere. It's just ain't took time to finish it and fill it
Right.
and sand it. But it's, I love this old guitar. And this here is
It's
just
a nice finish on it. I like that.
this guitar here is just it's a high-end Epiphone SG.
I like the diamond plate on that. That's
But it's got good pickups in the pots and all. But it's a high-end. I mean, everybody knows Gibson makes it. It's ball
Yeah.
Epiphone, but. This is one I set up for playing some slide.
to me, Epiphone is a lot like Squire is to
Yeah.
Fender.
Well, I tell you what, man, like I said, the Squire strap I had, the Japanese, best
Oh,
guitars
yeah.
I've ever had. And anybody out there listening, that Gibson, Les Paul, Deluxe, with the commemorative, with the sticker and everything, with the gold case and everything.
Oh, it's
I'm
nice.
looking to do a deal, a swap, or a Fender strap.
My Fender Strat is a gift. She'll be 20 years old this year. I got her on my 27th birthday, and it's the only Strat I've had. I've had a couple of super Strats like this Jackson, and I like my Jackson. It's a great metal guitar, but I want a Telecaster style guitar. I like that twangy overtone that it has.
Look, a friend of mine gave me a Telecaster. It's one of them most popular guitars that you buy over there from China, for $75 or something. But it was just looked real nice, and he gave it to me because when I saw this, man, that's a fine looking little guitar. It was beautiful, but it was like, didn't even have a name on it, but it had locking tuners with it.
Oh yeah,
screw-
yeah.
So I did some work on a couple of his guitars, set them up, and so when I bring the guitars back, I was grabbing my, I played with him for a little while, and I was grabbing my gear. He said, Rocky, get that guitar and take it with you. I said, well, ain't nothing wrong with that one. It's set up pretty good. He says, well, it's yours. He says, you can have it. He said, just it's yours, but don't give it away. You can keep it. And thank you, Alan Truex. Well, you make George Allen, he's a dog. And good people, man. I'm just glad that I have been blessed in my life that they took time to call me friend and hang out with me, make music,
Amen to that. I've been blessed to have a lot of musical friends and a few musical members of the family, and I've been blessed with music equipment and with people teaching me how to play music, people giving me inspiration and how to do this, how to do that. But most of, like my Martin, I got this from a good buddy of mine from Romania. His name is Florin, and he just gave this to me one day.
wow.
And same with my bass. This I got from a friend of mine. Classical guitar, my granddad, I inherited that from him. This banjos, I've found 2 free banjos in Oklahoma since I've been here.
I got an old beat up banjo next messed up, and both one I ever owned, but I mean, it's hard to play, it frets out, but if I could find me one I can afford, I'd love. I think I can do something with it.
Now I
I
like
got my eyes on this thing.
that. That's a nice little guitar.
You see?
I don't know how to play a slide guitar yet.
Well, you gonna try it out?
Yeah, go for it. It's in an open D
I got
tuning.
this. Oh, open D.
It's in an open D
See,
tuning.
it don't take much to get me excited.
My mandolin needs an actual
You know,
luthier.
You had asked me about that, and was that the one that was the body
Yeah.
case?
Yeah.
I think I texted you and said something about I don't know about that. Now that we might be able to put something in a rock and put pressure.
If
The
I
heat did this, right?
The heat did, and it was placed on an inside the house on an outside wall in the corner, like this, instead of in a case or proper. If this could be taken off, this plate could be taken off and reset up, maybe steam it
Yeah.
and bring it back out.
You
That might
motherfucker
work.
take it and make get it like a piece of metal or something and put some cloth around it and bend it to where you can just apply pressure and put weight on it,
Right.
clamp to where it apply pressure and put some more heat back on it, see if it'll push it back out.
Now, finding an electric mandolin online has been next to impossible, like on the marketplace, for anything less than $500. And that kind of frustrates me because I love the mandolin. This needs some severe tunage to it as well. It hasn't been played in probably 3 months.
Okay, I need to get my plug out this Les Paul.
And I have a tuner somewhere.
I got one on the deal. Yes.
I always tuned it to open D because that was the first open tuning that I learned. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Ruby, David, Sean, hey Linus, good to see you, buddy. Did some free advertising for you. Wink, wink. Yeah, Mr. Linus Williams here, he's been watching a little bit. He's the one that owns the print shop right down the street. Fantastic guy. He did a couple of albums of some really poppy and jazzy alternative rock stuff. I'd like to get him on the show as well. Those couple of albums were really, really cool to listen to, and just about everybody that works up there at the Stigler Printing is a musician.
I went to Stigler Printing and I bought a dobro. All bought.
You bought that dobro?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You never got it on?
Yeah. That's Linus.
It's gonna be a good deal too.
These are the guys that did this and our business cards. E flat.
I've been playing. I've been diva. Playing G or E or A. I've been playing a bunch of D, so I'm gonna figure it out for maybe. Got bad habit playing by my ear. What's it?
Well, I have a tuner if you need.
I got a tuner, but I'm not sure what. D is supposed to be. 'Cause, 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 Get a little dirt for you. I love this kind of stuff, man. I don't know if we got a tune right, but I'm back me tune it the way you don't want it, but I just tune the string when I hear it, and I'll do that. Rocky uses it. I love when I had one of the, I forgot the name brand of the lap guitar like that. And I seen one in pawn shop. I think I got it when I was 12, and I think I might have paid $6 for it. And I traded it for a what do they call them now? Them old guitar, Tico or some guitar from the 50s. Anyway, it was a treasure, and I got rid of it.
That dobro you bought from those guys at Stigler Printing, isn't that a Recording King as well? Same brand?
Scroll, I know. They did all the nice things about me.
Yeah.
Remember Miss London? Since you know me, I'm a favorite person. Here's to you, girl. You my favorite friend. I love you, baby. I love you. Kisses and loves and all that stuff. She's a great lady, man. She got a Recording King guitar. She showed it to me. This old. She said went through World War I think, or World War II. No, World War II. It's 1939, I believe. And I forgot the name, but I looked it up on it. And it's like $4 grand. And I got a story for all you guitar people. Buddy of mine, he worked for Channel 2, local news station at Baton Rouge. And I met him when we were kids, you know, at concerts down at LSU, the Greek Theater open,
Right.
thing. And so I've been knowing him since he was 15, and I was going to about 18. But anyway, his mother lived, he was a news director for the local station there. And my mother's neighbor was a weatherman or something across the street. Well, anyway, he said his mom. He walks across the street to see his old working buddy because he quit the stage and he's now he's a carpenter. Very good one. And anyway, he Gary Jordan is his name, good friend of mine. Well, he goes over to his neighbor and he walks in the driveway when he gets to across the road out in front of his neighbor, mom's dude's house. There's a garbage can with a guitar in it. And so he visits and he said, well, look, man, what's the deal with the guitar in the garbage can? He said, oh, he's up in the attic. It was actually his stepdad's. And the guitar, the story I found later, the story of the guitar, it was drove through the jungles of Vietnam.
Oh, wow.
And everything, well, and the guy that threw it out in the garbage can, it was stepdad said, it had rusty strings on and he's an addict, so he just threw it away.
Oh.
Well, my friend says, Gary Jordan, they said, well, look, I got a friend of mine, he fools with guitars, you mind if I bring it to him, he'll fix it up, or he's nothing else. So cheap guitar, whatever. We put in the boat, he play when we go boat riding, because we do stuff like that. I got crazy on the boat, different lake and stuff. And so he brings it to me. And it's a gift. He said, it ain't no good, right? We just use it for a paddle or something, But I get the guitar, I set it up, we string it, get the leaf on the neck and everything. And I put strings on it, and it sounded so beautiful, man. It just, and it's right before I had my surgery on my eye. I had cataract, and I couldn't read anything. And it looked like the way it was written fancy. I thought it said swing. And I said, man, this guitar sounds like, I couldn't find a swing guitar, but I knew I had something there. I mean, the sound resonated from it. And the guitar was pretty beat up,
Right.
We've been through the jungles of Vietnam, And so I have this guitar. Now here comes my big story with my moment with famous people, the greats. Because my daughter child was born was at the Children's Hospital. Because I was part of being up there with my daughter and they send me letters and stuff when they have something going on like a benefit for Children's Hospital. And people out there, if you want to donate charity, I would suggest do it for your heart, do it for the kids, man. Children's Hospital and St. Jude can't go wrong.
Yeah.
And it can't go wrong. And because 8 months I was up there and I seen these little children up there, man. I'm gonna tell you what made me feel so insignificant when you see these beautiful little children that never done nothing wrong and they fight for their lives and they smile. And and they're so brave. The time I was up there, my heart. Man, it's a subject that I'm close to. Like I say, if you ever want to do something good, charity, Children's Hospital, you can't go wrong, man. You be around these children, they make you feel like how insignificant you are. They're so brave, and it's special. It'll change your life. If you had to be around something like that, and you see how brave these children are, and they smile, and then they always smiling, because they don't want you to feel bad. And it's a great thing to do. But anyway, this guitar comes to me, and so I get a letter from the Children's Hospital. They're having a benefit, and guess who's playing? At the little civic center in the parish, close to a little town where Buddy Guy grew up. Buddy Guy, ladies and gentlemen, they're clapping, says he's the best guitarist in the world. And they're clapping, he's somebody. But so is Buddy Guy. He's playing with, he's one of the greats that all the rock and rolls followed and looked up to. I mean, he's played everybody. Janis Joplin, Grateful Dead, he goes on and on. But anyway, my opportunity to meet him in a small venue. I'm going to meet his thing is, motto is the real deal, right? So my letter said the concert started at 2 in the afternoon, but it didn't start till 8. So me and this little kid, protege, about 18 years old, goes up there. Now this is in 2010, Mother's Day. So we're like, bye. Flowers, you can't have out. So this is my moment. I'm gonna get to meet Buddy Guy. Because it's a bit small venue, ain't no way he getting away from me. So we get there at 2 o'clock, find out there's a misprint on the time. The show don't start at 8. So me and this kid had nothing to do. Got like 6 hours to kill for the show. So his tour bus is parked right behind this little small venue, little town civic center, and maybe holds 200 people. And so his bus is parked right by a picnic table, right behind the baseball down backstop. So I'm sitting out there with this acoustic guitar that my friend brought me that his neighbor threw away in the garbage can. And so we sit out there on the picnic table, and me and this kid playing music all day. So time for the show to start. And man, I was really depressed. Man, got to talk to all the band members in the band, his family members. I thought I met them all, everybody but the real deal, Buddy Guy. And man, I just told this kid, man, we gonna meet him. I said, bro, this is gonna be the moment I closest with famous people, you know. And so that didn't happen. So the show's about to start, and I'm sitting in my chair, and I heard this woman behind me, an old black lady, and she was sitting back there, and she had a poster in there. I could hear her rattling it, right? And I turned around and said, hey, baby, what you got there? She said, I got a Buddy Guy poster. And I said, well, yeah. I said, where'd you get that? I've been around there, his head band, but he done rolled out. He said, she said, oh, you the young man who's been out there playing all day. And I said, yes, ma'am. She said, y'all pretty good. And my buddy, you know, he's a little kid, he's about 18, and he was good. He was, you know, he's my protege, you know. Anyway, she says, you like that Buddy Guy music, huh? I said, yeah, man, he's a real deal. I said, if I had that much talent, I held up my little finger and just showed it a little bit. If I had that much talent, he got to say, I'd beat somebody. And she says, really? I said, yes, ma'am. I said, me and my little buddy, we've been out here all day, 6, 8 hours. I said, we done met everybody in the band and missed the opportunity to meet Buddy Guy, the real deal, man. The man that inspired me to love the blues and realize that he's rock and roll, he's everything, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And she says, really? She said, well, would you like to meet Mr. Guy? I said, well, yeah, that's my whole story. I said, and she said, well, you didn't meet everybody, his family, because I'm his big sister, and I taught him everything he knows, just like that. And I just said, wow. Her name was Miss Fannie Mae. And Buddy, if y'all tell listen, yeah, I'm the guy that kept you up all day on the bus. so, true story. So, we go inside. Now, when I bought the tickets at 2 o'clock, I had to buy, bought the ticket, and they give me, they put my name in the register as a donating for the children's hospital. And so then they send out letters to know who to send more mail to,
Right.
so they keep a record of it. So I cut up with the girl. I come in, I said, I'm late for sound check. She's down band, you ain't a band. So I walked after the concert. Miss Fannie Mae told us to escort her around, out the front, around the back to her motorhome next to Buddy Guy's short bus, which we did. And that they were going to let her in at the back because she told about the arrangements and she had to go do something on the bus or whatever. But anyway, so we escorted. I get out my guitar. The kid grabs his guitar. Get Buddy Guy. We're going to meet him. He's going to sign my guitar. Now I'm right there happy like I can lark, man. I'm going to have a story to tell all my musician friends. Buddy Guy signed my guitar. So I'm standing in that line. There's a governor of Louisiana. I was the only citizen in there. Everybody, there was all philanthropists, governor of Louisiana, senators and all, and me and this kid, and at the reception. And the woman that sold me my ticket, she remembered my name back then because she wrote down in that register book. And she walked up to me, and I'm still standing right next to Miss Fannie Mae. And she said, well, Mr. McLeod, when you bought your ticket at 2 o'clock this afternoon, you was just general admission. And now you and your little friends are VIP. And when she said, Miss Fannie Mae said, young lady, is there a problem? Because this gentleman is my escort. And if you have a problem with that, you can talk to Mr. Guy right there. But boy, I'm like, shoot, boy, get me out. I'm so cool. I got a story getting better to tell. So, and then this winter went all bad. As soon as I got, my attention got off seeing Buddy with all, there were probably about 5, 6 people in line to get his autograph with the governor and everything. So, and this incident happened with the lady about the, ticket thing. And all of a sudden she walks away and I go, well, that was closer. And all of a sudden I heard, hey, Young Guns. I turn around and look, and there's Buddy Guy. He's a big man. He's a big man, got big hands. You wouldn't want to mess with him. He's a big old drink of water. And he was raised hard down there in Louisiana, out there in the fields. So you don't want to give him no trouble. I'll tell you that right now. I don't care how old he is, but we turn around and look, and there's nobody between me and him and that table he's sitting at. Just about 10 feet Nothing between us. And he's looking at me and my little partner hard. And he looks at me, he got that look on his face, oh. And he, come here. And he took that thing, come here, you two. Walked up there, and I know something ain't right. He looked at me, he seen us having the guitars, and he's thinking, and he first thing came out and said, so it was you two guys that kept me up or I couldn't get no rest today to do this concert tonight. Y'all the ones that playing all that and that my bus keeping me awake, huh? Finally me. And guess what? He don't look too happy with Rocky McLeod. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this has happened. And then he looks at me and he says, and when I tell this story to my friends, they look at me, yeah, right. There ain't nobody gonna believe when I'm telling this story. And I said, then he looked at me. He said, well, I'll tell you what, young gun. And he looked at my little partner too. He said, you too. He said, I heard a couple licks y'all did out there. He said, I'm gonna steal them from you. And I'm gonna let y'all do it. Let me see what you got there, young man. And I showed him that guitar. And he takes it, he's looking at it. He said, you know what you got here? And I go, yeah, but I didn't. And I thought I had a swing guitar. I looked it up and found it. Said, well, it sounds so great. But he says, you have a Santos Yori 730 Dreadnought. Well, he said, Yori, well, I know that one of the most top of the line Alvarez guitars is the Yori.
Oh, wow.
Santos Yori was, I didn't know this, but thanks to Mr. Guy, I was educated. Santos Yori was a master violin maker, a Lutheran, and he used to make violins famous all over the world. He made violins and stuff. Well, he tried his hand at building dreadnought guitars, I think in 1932 or something like that. And Buddy Guy, when he looked at that and he told me what it was, I'm still not educated on what I had. He says, I can't get my hands on one of these. The guy, the Air Class is the best guitars in the world. People give him guitars, Gibson Fender, they give him the best of the best, so they want the world to see the best playing that stuff. And he says, I can't. See, I've been trying to get my hands on one of these all my life. Where'd you get it at an auction? Okay, the story just gets even better. Every time I tell the story about it, he says, yeah, right, yeah, I believe that. So I tell him the story about my friend rescuing out the garbage can. And he looked at me. He said, seriously? And he's got this. Well, first, when I handed it to him, he asked me if I mind if I played. Tear it up, man. And so he smoked my guitar, and then he started telling me about what I got. Then when I told him the story about how my friend rescued that garbage can, he brought it to me, gave it to me. I said, hang on, Mike, hang on. And he sold my guitar, and he's sitting there at the table, got it on his lap, pulls his phone out. And then this is where everybody say, all right, Rocky, that's enough bull, but true. He's on the phone, he goes, hey, what you doing? Yeah, I did the show. This is where I'm here. He said, yeah, I did the show. Yeah, it went good. Yeah, everybody's not that bad. Yeah. He said, guess what I'm holding in my hand? They gonna leave. Said, Sato Shaw said, yeah, Ben, yeah. Young man back home got it. No, they get it off. He said, tell you what, I'm gonna hand you the phone. I'm gonna hand you the phone and ask him, he'll tell you. And he reaches out and he says, here, phone for you. He said, who? He said, tell that Clapton where you got that guitar.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, sitting there talking, but the guy's mad at me. Then he tells me, he's not gonna be mad no more because the other lady gonna steal from me. That made it all better. Like, I'm gonna tell the story, everybody's gonna say, yeah, right. So now, I tell him the story, major story about a guitar he can't get his hands on, and then he's so freaked out about how I acquired it that he wants me. He calls up Eric Clapton and says, hey, tell him where you got this guitar. And I tell you what, so he said, you got a little accent, and I can't even do it. He says, my buddy says you got the something. He said, and he asked me like, well, did you get it at an auction or something? I said, well, no, a friend of mine rescued that garbage can. Bloody well, hell, something like that. He says, and so that was the story, And then he wasn't mad at us no more. He laughed and joked, and he told me what a treasure I had. He didn't want to sign it. He didn't want to deface it. I still have it. It's at the house. I should have brought it and showed it. But he said, signed Buddy Guy 2010, May 10th, 2010.
Wow.
Mother's Day. But anyway, my sister, doing a job in a subdivision, gated community with big lakes, Boss Real Rich. They out there fishing after work. Big guy, big black man comes out, walks out and says, I know that fish like my sister looking at. Even my sister and her boyfriend said, are you Buddy Guy? He's from Louisiana, right down there, coast of Baton Rouge. Grew up in Pointy Peak Parish, is right across the Mississippi River from east, west Baton Rouge, west Baton Rouge, and that parish is where he's from. Anyway, she said, you Buddy Guy? She goes, yeah. The first thing come out of her mouth. Well, my brother said that he met you at a benefit in New Roads, Louisiana in 2010, I think it was. He said, oh yeah, Civic Center over there in New Roads. He said, yeah, you talking about the one-eyed boy with the back, Rocky? And my sister lived like a bell. I said, and she's telling me, because she never believed me to begin with, and she said, you mean Rocky? He said, yeah, that's my brother. She said, yeah, he's a pretty good guitar player. And my sister had to come back, and when she told me what he said, she said, yeah, I remember him. Yeah, that's right, yeah. She said he started laughing. She said, yeah, right, yeah, one-eyed guy, go to Paris. Yeah, Rocky, yeah, that's who he is. And man, I couldn't walk through a garage door. Not only did he remember me, tell my sister, I play pretty good guitar, just the fact he remembered me.
That's awesome.
And that's one of my best stories in music. The day that I met Buddy Guy, and even better was the day my family met Buddy Guy, and he confirmed my story. But that's just one of the things that I'll always remember.
There was a kid that came. Let me see that real quick. There was a kid that came up to the Blues Club a couple of weeks ago, and he had a Telecaster that he had built.
Move up there all out of the way.
And, he had signed by Buddy Guy, and this kid's 16 years old, and he was playing blues like he had been playing blues for like 30 years plus. I looked at his mom. I'm like, who hurt this boy?
Tell you what, one of the most humblest things I was ever told, Jonathan Long, I believe he backed up, he opened up for B.B. King when he was like a teenager. That kid's he's a young man, but he's one of the best guitarists, that I know of, that I had the pleasure, to call me friend and get to play with him on stage and stuff. And anyway, I told him one day, I said, man, you a great guitarist. I said, man, you something else.
I want to try something with you real quick.
And he told me, instead of like being, yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. He said, Rocky, the gift that I have playing music is something that the good Lord let me borrow. That's what I do is a gift that God let me borrow while I'm here on this earth. That is a humble thing to say when you're such a great musician like he is. He said, no, ain't all that. It's just a gift God let me have to use it. I'm here.
Right.
And that's a humble thing to say. And that's the kind of people I love to be around. And you're right about being around musicians that are better than you, because it gives you an opportunity to learn and appreciate what they know.
Absolutely.
A lot of guys, I've seen guitar players that's arrogant,
Yeah.
God bless them. Each to his own. We all have our own way.
Yeah, they're great guys, but who wants to hang around them?
Yeah.
Who wants to hang around somebody who's going to be a butthead?
Yeah. How'd you do that? Practice.
Right. Check this out. Speaking of swampy, since you're kind of from the swampy area, I'm from the deserts mainly, but I've backpacked the universe and I ended up in Oklahoma. But I've always liked the kind of swampy sound in music, and I got something I've been kind of working on. I think you might like. And it's a E, kind of a 12 bar. Jiminy Christmas, hold on. Get some nasty bars on there. Yeah.
I love doing a little slide on it. It just
I
tune up for it, and
I bought a couple of glass slides recently, and every time I buy a slide, it just breaks.
I can't keep a glass slide. I rob them. I break on it every time.
Yep. Well, we've gone about an hour here. We're gonna go ahead and call it a night here in a minute. I do want to give a shout out to a few people. Thank you, man, for coming out and telling us your story.
Thank you for having me here, and you do a fine job, man. That's why I started picking up the podcast and started. And you know, we had a little conversation on Messenger, you know, and I started following. I said, man, this guy, he's doing a lot of great things for musicians and making people aware, like, and I try to help out too. I posted another thing about musicians and what it costs, what we do, what we had to do.
Absolutely.
Like how we should get paid, And it's not about the money. I mean, it's all about what we love doing, which we all have that. But people think that being a musician is like easy work.
Oh no!
But you know what? You play rock and roll, you play blues, you sit up there and play music. Oh yeah, man! I pick up 150, 200 pound pickers. I got unload, load. It's work, man. It's work.
It's a lot of work, and I owe it to a lot of people. And I do this because everybody's got a story to tell. Thanks, sir.
No, I hope
everybody's got a story to tell, and I want to provide a platform for all these musicians around here to tell their story. I want to be able to keep their story. That way, and share it with people. That way, maybe somebody that doesn't know about a certain band or musician, this will get them, this will help them. This will help them get more people to go, oh, hey, I know those guys.
Yeah.
I've heard of those guys. I like that song. If nothing else, it keeps the legacy alive for the music. Yeah. And by doing that, I get to hang out with all these guys.
Yeah, man, that's great. That's what I'm saying. And that's the reason why I feel blessed, to come here. Like when I first came here, I wasn't here maybe about 9 months, and I was on my way to Muskogee. I was going to buy a phone or something because we can't buy that much to choose right in this area. So and I stopped in Horn, a little town, or going that way. Anyway, there's a little store over the Jim Dollar store. The girl had a shirt that said "Open Mic Club." I said, "Where's that at?" So it's closed. And I said, well, I'm not around here. I'm looking for an open mic place. He says, well, you go right there. Two Dogs Dispensary.
Right.
Guy named Richard Burris. How you doing, Brother Richard? And I met him. He was like the second musician I met.
I think him and I are friends on Facebook.
Yeah. And so when I pulled up, he comes out and looks at me. You see my car pull up? He looks at me. Well, he thought I was somebody else. He found freaked him out. But I'm not going to all that. But anyway, I walked up to the shop, and I said, hey, man. I said, stop over there. I was asking some questions. I said, the little girl over there at the little Jim Dollar store threw you under the bus, man. So you looked at me and we talking about. And I said, I'm looking for some people to hook me up with some musicians. And I was told, you the man. He takes me to Telequad that night. And open mic thing. It's like, I can't remember the name of the place, forgive me. But it's like an outside thing.
Okay.
And they got like fires going and these little brick things. It's a nice place. They got a lot of great musicians there. And I got to my little 3-string cigar box type guitar I made, the 3-string open G. And so my friend Richard tells all the musicians he knows, and I don't know why, but just met Richard earlier that day. We sat out in front of his shop on Main Street and played acoustic guitars from 11 o'clock to 6 o'clock that evening.
Oh, nice.
And then at 8 we left to go up there to Telequad. But anyway, he tells all the other musicians while I was over there, getting my stuff ready. I don't know, but he's from Louisiana. He's a blues guy, and he's looking what the thing he's got. so I get up there, and I said, well, Mike, got the band gonna get up there with you. They put me up there all by myself, and so I got my little 3-string. And they rocked. I got P90s out of American Fender Strat and everything, and they rocked. And when I saw Billy, they come up there and start jamming with me, and I really like it. And Richard Burris was giving me some gigs, and I gigged with him a couple of times. And we'll do a shout out to the KDs. They opened up right there on 71. And he also I got a gig there when I first came here, and paid me real well at the On the Land Winery. Got it on KD's, opened the KD's old Coconut Shack.
Okay, yeah.
And it's a happening place, everybody. Come see him. And he also got the On Land Winery, good people. Look at the work without knowing me. Knowing I was from Louisiana. And it was the first time I ever did a show with just me. And And man, the guy, great people, and had a good time. Cause I was real nervous, cause I was gonna play number blues stuff, and I heard red dirt. So, but they welcomed me very well and paid me very well. Thank you very much. But anyway, I want to shout out to them, and I really enjoyed it. And people back home, if I didn't mention you, you know I love you. And you're always in my heart, people.
You know, Oklahoma's a red dirt state, but it's a blues state as well. There's
Yeah,
a lot of great musicians in
like
Oklahoma.
I said, I hope I can fit in with all them people, because I remember the first time I went there was 2 years ago. And I didn't go sick. I think the Civil War, well, you never come back. Well, I was sick. I had COVID when I was sick for a while.
Right.
But the first time I walked there, I got there early, and I had my Marshall, tube amp and everything, and I had that guitar, and I had my gold Gretsch guitar.
Right.
And so I was like, I got the gear and everything. I was looking the part, So I walked in, and this old black man said that. I can't tell you his name, but he's there all the time. From what I understand, great guy, great musician. And he was sitting around and he looking at me, because nobody knows who I am. He said, "You're a blues man." And I said, I hope I am. Try, And there was a young lady, the first woman I met here with music was LaWanda.
Okay, yeah.
And the way I met her, I went to you follow that pawn shop and bought a couple guitar cases. And I stopped at the Neon Moon and asked about open mic. Nothing. Go down to the next place, which was the R&R,
Right.
whatever. And they said, no, there hadn't nothing going on. And I sociable, I drank a beer. It was one beer sitting there. It was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was standing at the bar right when you walk in, right there by the door. And I stood up and was taking my last sip of my beer. And I was going to say, well, I'll catch you later. And I went to turn toward the door and it opened. There was LaWanda. And she was the one that introduced me to the music thing here. And she's the one that got me over to Richardville Festival.
Okay, yeah.
And so she says, I got the boat. She's telling the people working there, they just told me there wasn't no open mic or nothing like that going on there. She said, well, I'm going down here. I got to get this and find another guitar player. I'll be back. We're going to set up as soon as I get back. And I said, I'm looking for a guitar player. And I said, I know where one's at. She said, you get good? I said, well, I'm give him a shot. Who was it? I said, me. So I go get myself, and that's where I met Ken Lasby. Ken Lasby was one of the first musicians. Along with she introduced me to Ken. And Ken is a wonderful songwriter and a great musician, and I love him like a brother. And so that's how I got started with those two people, LaWanda. And then she got me up there, and she was the first one who told me about it. And when I got there, they was already playing music outside on the porch, and I was like, yeah. I felt like I was back home in Louisiana, and I actually got to get up there and play where I think we did. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Oh yeah.
And I got
That's a great song.
I got to lay in there and play.
I love some Bill Withers, man.
Man, put your foot on the rug, tap your foot, and don't stop. Put your foot on the rug.
That's
But brother, look, thank you so much.
Man,
It's
been
my
fun.
honor, and definitely. I appreciate you.
Well, you're gonna come down to the show and check
Man,
this out, aren't you?
I would hate anything to happen bad to anybody, but I hope if somebody can't make it, don't be there. I hope I can step up in there and help them out. Right? Yeah, man,
Well,
I'd love to be part of something like that. That's what it's all about.
$20 a day.
Uh-huh.
If you go up there and volunteer for 3 hours, Shelby will give you a free ticket.
I know
So-
she's one. She's a wonderful lady. She like I said, I posted on her thing today, and I posted the first time I went there, the second time I went there, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I was greeted and treated like family, and not only that was a good thing. They allowed me to get up there with no knowledge of who I was and give me a shot without, and.
It's one of the places that kept me in Oklahoma too, man. It was life-saving.
Did you read what I posted
Yeah, I
today?
did.
Yeah,
I did. That was beautiful, man. Check it out. Hey guys, this is going on less than 2 weeks. It's the Dust Till Dawn Blues Festival. Starts Friday, September 1st at 5 p.m. and goes till 5 a.m. And then it starts back up September the 2nd at 5 p.m. and goes till 5 a.m. And then again on Sunday, it'll be starting at, you can guess it, 5 o'clock, and it's going to go till 5 a.m. And there's going to be 50 bands this year. not 30. There's going to be 50 bands. Selby Menor has done an awesome job on putting this together with everybody else that has been working with her to get this taken care of. There's going to be some great bands there. I'll post more on this here later on. A big shout out to Stigler Printing. Again, thanks for everything y'all do with the banners. And a big thanks to Rocky McLeod
My pleasure, man.
for
My
being
pleasure.
out here today and telling
Appreciate
his
it.
story. It's been a fantastic time. Thank you, all my lovely supporters and admins, and my lovely wife Josie, who helps me out with all this too, and lets me do this. It's been great. Hey, John, good to see you, brother. Can't wait to see you here in a couple of weeks. Hey, everybody, thank you for watching. Stay blessed, and we'll talk to you soon. Keep the music alive. Love y'all.
Hello.